Welcome back to the Recruitment Academy, guys. This is video 5, I think. So last time we talked about being proactive, finding candidates, utilising CV Library and Indeed, or you can use any other job board if you like, but they're the ones that we use and the ones that we get most of our results from. So we wanted to talk to you about those above any of the others, but they all work in a really similar way. So, the other place to find candidates outside of the job boards, outside of your previous pipeline and candidates that have come to you or referrals is social media. It is massive. It's such a massive tool to use for recruitment. You've got Facebook, you've got LinkedIn, which is a topic on its own. So we're going to dedicate its very own video, which will be video 6. That will be all about LinkedIn. So on top of Facebook, you've got Twitter, and TikTok, and I know that some companies actually use Pinterest and Snapchat for their businesses and marketing, and so I imagine they would potentially use those for recruitment as well. I've never personally used either of those platforms for recruitment, so I won't be talking about those, but we have used Facebook a lot, as well as LinkedIn, Instagram and Twitter. We've started recently utilising TikTok, which is steadily increasing. I think the girls went viral recently, but we are yet to test the results in terms of actually finding candidates, but it is really good for brand awareness, and what it's really good at is displaying your company culture online in short, captivating, engaging videos where you can have a laugh, you can be a bit daft, you can be a bit silly if that's your vibe. If not, then maybe don't join TikTok for your business, maybe just peruse at your leisure as a user of the platform. But on social media, you can do so many different things. Like on the job boards, you can search for candidates and you can go and contact them, and that is pretty much it. On social media, you can search for candidates, you can go and contact them, but then you can do so much more off the back of that to attract them, to make them want to be interested in you. So you search for people, you connect to them, you follow them, whichever platform it is you're on, it's something different, but basically it is connecting to other people, building a network, building a following of people that are interested in what you've got to say, they're interested in your vibe, and they are potentially going to be attracted to be part of your tribe. So it's all about building that network, building that following, and then engaging with them. So lots of businesses should be used to marketing to their customers, and you have to do the same thing to candidates. They might be interested in different things to your customers, and you may have to have 2 different marketing campaigns, but it's all about engaging with a network, engaging with your following. So they want to know more. They keep coming back to see what you're up to, and eventually when you put a post out, say you're recruiting, they're going to get in touch because you've engaged with them, you've piqued their interest, and they would be well excited about the opportunity of potentially coming to work for you. It's all about displaying your company culture, which I think is kind of like the beating heart of your business. Without a company culture as a strong foundation, you've got nothing to really build on. Your culture is who are you as a group of people, which is essentially what a company is, isn't it? It's not a company by itself. If there were no people within it, it can't really be called a company. So it's about displaying the personality and the ethos of the people within that organisation, sharing what the environment is like to work in, what the workplace setup is like, so that people get to see the inner workings of your business. And I suppose a really nice byproduct of marketing to candidates and displaying who you are as people is that your customers see it as well. So rather than the more serious, corporate, professional marketing that you might put out there to attract a certain set of customer, they'll also see the informal side to you. They'll also see within your business and think, you know what, that is an amazing bunch of people. I'm so glad I'm a customer, or I need to be a customer of that business. So there is always an added benefit to a really positive recruitment marketing campaign, is that you might actually pick up some customers along the way. And I suppose just to kind of finish off on that marketing point is it's all about attraction. It's all about making people want you, want your business, want what it does, so they get in touch to come and join you, whether it's a customer or whether it's a candidate. You've got to leave them wanting more, so they get in touch for more information. And the way that you can kind of captivate people on social media, there's so many different ways, whereas the job board's very one-dimensional. You've got creative license to do what you want on social media, obviously within certain guidelines. I mean, I wouldn't I wouldn't recommend to be posting about politics, religion, race, gender, because you don't want to get into a debate about that online in a public forum. But you can post in different ways about loads of different things. So you can write stories, you can write case studies, you could tell about experiences or what you've been up to. You can use images, you can use case studies, all kinds of different things to captivate an audience. You can really share when you celebrate your team birthdays or you celebrate their anniversaries. You can show what you do for the local community and how you get your team involved in that. You can show what you do for charity and how you get your team involved in that. So it's so positive in so many different ways. And then you can also share photos and videos and experiences of when you go out together, you do team building, or you go to a Christmas party or your summer event. There's so much that you can put out there that if you're not using social media for recruitment, you really need to start. It's also good to use as a filtering tool. So candidates will look in, they will see what you've got to say, they'll see what you've got to show, what it might be like inside your office, what the people might be like, how many, is it open plan, have you got little offices, and they'll be able to figure out, do you know what? Those people are absolutely bonkers. I think they are my people. I will get in touch. I'd love to work there. I love the space. I love the open plan. But equally, you'll get people to think, absolutely no way. That would be my worst nightmare. And they won't apply, or they'll retract their application. And that is okay. You're never going to appeal to everybody. You don't want to appeal to everybody because you can't hire everybody. You only want the ones that can really see themselves being part of your organisation to actually be interested and apply for the job. You don't want the ones that don't want you, so don't worry about those guys. What else can you do on social media? You can really utilise groups. Facebook is amazing for this. LinkedIn less so, but a lot of local communities have a local Facebook group, and it's really useful to put jobs in there because people tag other people, and we get really good responses from utilising Facebook groups. And there are also Facebook groups for the different job sectors. So we do a lot of work in care, and there are lots of really good Facebook groups for the care sector, and so on and so forth for all different ones. So get creative, be a detective, go and search Facebook groups, use different keywords depending on the job that you're looking for, and see what is out there. So you can ask questions in that, you can post your job adverts, you can contact other people, but they're a really good tool. And then you've got boosted posts on Facebook as well. So rather than you just putting out a post, I would always, because we talked about on a previous video putting together your job description and condensing that into an advert, then I would always recommend to create like a visual version of your advert, so like a social media tile, so that you could almost kind of easily see on an Instagram square using your branding. So you could use an app called Over, or you could use Canva for this, and just create a really eye-catching tile with your colours, your logo on, put the job title on, the location, the salary, and how they can get in touch with you. And then when you post that on social media, you can write a more informal and well laid out, easy on the eye, captivating caption to go with your post. So that would just be a normal post, but on Facebook you can actually pay to boost your post, so you can set certain criteria to make sure that that post goes in the news feed of a specific set of people that are interested in certain things, and you put a little bit of money behind it. It's not expensive at all, and we really get good results from that. So that's a good tip to utilise Facebook boosted posts. And then stories are really good to use. I would say more so on Instagram and Facebook than the other platforms. But again, I suppose you could put, I would suggest to always be informal on social media, especially if that's your vibe. But on stories, you can almost be a bit more silly because they're only there for 24 hours. They're kind of a quick fix, a little snapshot of what's going on that day that you might not want to be an official post on social media, but it's still good to like put behind the scenes on there. So we put behind the scenes when we're filming TikTok, so we might put something of Louie the dog or Lenny the dog on there, but things that you might not want to litter your page with, but really good snippets to show what it's like to work with your business on a day-to-day basis, especially if you've got office dogs. Put them on your social media, because people that don't like dogs will know not to apply. What else can we do? So video, that is a massive thing on social media. So we talked about TikTok before, but you can do what you want with video. So you can You can do a day in the life of, you could do a video of your office and kind of go around with a microphone. I mean, we use a banana and interview the people in your office. And you could also get your team to create like really small videos where you interview them and ask them things about what's the most favourite thing about working for your business, why do they love their job so much, what's it like to work within the industry. They could list their top favourite thing about the company or their job. Or they could talk about what you do as team building or your benefits. You get to lead the topic, so you control the narrative, but you're getting the people that already love working for you to tell everybody else. And it's not just a written piece of content or a photo, or it's not just you telling everybody, it's that person telling the masses with personality, tone, energy, enthusiasm and passion about why they love your business. And what better referral or testimonial for your organisation than the people that already do well within it, telling everybody else that might want to join why they should join. So I think coming to the end of this topic, just checking my notes to make sure I've not forgotten anything that I wanted to cover for you guys. But social media, if you've not already gleaned from my passionate soliloquy about it, is that it is absolutely massive for your business. If you're not on social media, or you are and it's not done very well, so you might go on your Instagram and you don't even need to scroll down to see that you've run out of posts. It's really bad. It sends a negative message to potential candidates that you've either not got enough to say, or you're not really that interested, or you just can't be bothered, which are not good messages that you want to send to your potential future employees. If you're tight for time, just pick one platform and do that platform well. And then once you get used to it, then you can apply it to other platforms. Sometimes it's as easy as posting the same content on the different platforms, and then you get to kind of capture the audience, because some prefer Insta, some prefer Facebook, some prefer LinkedIn. So you're putting the same content out on all of them, then you're covering all bases, and then in the future, when you've got more time and you want to tweak it for the specific audiences that follow those different channels and platforms, then you can do. But do it well, be consistent. Once you've started, show up day on day, telling everybody about how amazing your business is. Brainstorm ideas, brainstorm content, so you've got a little library, so you're not having to figure out every day what you're going to post about. And get the team involved as well. I think that is one of the biggest things that's helped us, is that the whole team are involved in our social media, and I think that's why it's quite good, if I do say so myself. So on that note, I'm going to finish and leave you with that nugget of information, and I'll see you on the next video where we talk about LinkedIn.